What is going on, guys? Today we have got Road to the Final Coman. We're going to be reviewing him. As you can tell, obviously, if you saw the Mbabu review yesterday night, obviously we have got Wendell and Coman again in this team. So we were more than likely going to review him and just see basically what he's worth. I quite like this card. At the start of the game, I thought he was actually quite usable, relatively cheap as well, and a nice pace, nice kind of left wing vibe. He's French, obviously, so he does have the links, and that's the one thing that drove me to him. Perisic obviously did move to Bayern as well. Personally, I didn't even see that one go through. But Bayern currently are sitting at 4 wins, 4 matches played in the Champions League, which makes this card very usable and wantable, because the investment into him, Bayern more than likely will do relatively well in the Champions League. They normally do quite a few rounds. They don't necessarily get knocked out straight away. So for me, he's a safe investment to know that he will get some upgrades. Obviously, he can go from an 86 all the way up to a 92 if they do win this. Obviously, they'd have to win their first match out of the knockout stage to get that +1 extra. But even if they didn't do that, a 91 Coman would actually be fantastic. He's 288k on the Xbox, 323k on the PlayStation. Personally, when it comes to prices for these, I'm a bit unsure with them. I'm a bit kind of optimistic on what they're actually going to do. Are they going to start dropping when it gets a little bit kind of further out from the Champions League? Or are they going to go up because they're not going to be in packs? That, for me, I'm unsure about. I think we're going to find out. I think Nick from the Foot Market is very correct in the Black Friday sales. We may see them drop a little bit more. Even though they're not in packs, people are going to have them and people are going to want to get the coins back, basically. Make that bank. They've got a lot of packs. You know what, we're going to go and pack someone massive. You never know what's going to happen. But I think that is a smart kind of decision that potentially could happen. But again, I'm not issuing any investing or any money kind of trading, because personally, trading wise, the extent of my knowledge is team of the week investing and bronze pack method. I don't really do the mass trading, the flipping, all of them. It's something that I'm definitely kind of dabbling in, not too much. But anyway, I'm not going to sit here and give you advice, because I'd feel bad that I'm telling you, you go get Coman at 280 and you'll probably make 350. No trader or no person can guarantee that. That is all luck. It's a potential that you could buy him for 288 right now, and then a couple of months down the line, he goes up to an 88 and suddenly he's 400k. That is just, it's a risk. It's an investment. It's a risk. You could see it the other way. He could get knocked out of the next round, and that's it. He drops to 100k and you've lost 188. There's always that chance. But Coman, for me, I think is a safe bet to pick him up at some point, because Bayern do get through a few rounds, and that's something that definitely will definitely happen. I think Bayern are not going to definitely lose the knockouts, and I think if they get partnered with someone like Barca or something, that's probably the only chance they're going to get knocked out, and even then, they're still pretty much on top of their game. Lewandowski is doing wonderful things. You see him scoring left, right and centre, so I don't think personally they're gonna exit the Champions League in a shockwave this year. But anyway, going back onto Coman, obviously the big thing with the road to the finals is the team itself, because that's what it's not about the player anymore. It's all about the team. The player's just who you're playing with. It's all about their team. Obviously, he's got a 4-star skiller. He's a 3-star weak foot, so weak foot's not fantastic, but he is right-footed on the left-hand side, so cutting in is always the nice option with him. It then comes to crossing is the bad option, which in this game, I say it day in, day out, the meta isn't heading. We all know this. So, to be honest, having that kind of weak foot problem on the wrong side, you can't really complain too much about it. He does have 93 pace, which is actually fantastic for a 5'10" left mid. Personally, strength-wise, isn't good enough. I think strength is, again, I say it again, left wing, right mid, left mid. If they're small and they're quick, they have no strength, and that just seems to be the way. He is right-footed, like I said, low defensive work rate, medium attacking. Personally, anyone like this, I will always keep attacking, because there's no point bringing them back, and especially with his stamina being only 72, if he was running up and down the wings constantly, he would be absolutely shattered by the 70th minute. And personally, for me, I need my left mid, left cam, right cam at full peak every single moment of the game. So I personally have him as a kind of winging attacker where he doesn't come back, and I preserve their energy. I try not to just constantly run with these players anymore, and really make sure that if I'm going to make a run, I'm making it because I know that he can get past a player. And it's something in this FIFA that I'll probably address in a different video, is make sure that you're making the right pass. Don't just keep going forward, and it's my problem as well. Don't always keep going forward. He can plenty pass back and get a run on then. Make a run, do a 1-2, maybe don't do the 2 and look for somewhere else. The defender's always going to follow that player because you've done that 1-2. They're thinking, you know what, he's going to pass it back over the top. I'm going to go mark that player. As soon as that happens, change it. They've got to change and they're panicking. It's just a perfect way. We will go on to that in a different video, but it's something to always consider with players with lower stamina. You want to make sure that you're not absolutely exhausting them in the first half, and that if you don't have a super sub or someone like that for each position, you want to make sure that that player is keeping their energy ready for whenever you need it most. Shooting wise, 80 overall, 87 positioning, 80 finishing and 84 shot power. It's very average, but obviously chem style is still ready to be inputted. The pace wise, you don't need to bother with that at all. It's absolutely fantastic. Dribbling wise is very nice as well. He does have 77 composure, which isn't great, especially if you're going to use Coman as a goal scorer and assister. You need to make sure that composure's there, and I think Coman, that's the one thing he lacks in, and that is why personally, if you was going to go for a chem style, I'd probably be looking at something like Sniper. It'd turn him into a 91 left mid. He'd have 93 pace, obviously, the 88 shooting, and the 97 dribbling. That for me is absolutely perfect. He'd have 99 agility and 91 balance. His composure would go up to an 82. He'd have 99 dribbling, 94 ball control, and 90 reactions. For me, that is perfect. Also, 95 finishing, 91 volleys, 92 positioning. It's very, very nice. The other end of it, a Deadeye, you'd get 87 passing, which again is quite nice, but I think for me, the Sniper is the important one, especially when crossing isn't a major thing. I think 100% you need to make sure that he can actually dribble with the ball, because passing, it's irrelevant as to some extent, because you're going to be passing it 1-2s, you're going to be short passing, you're going to be maybe doing the one long ball. It's quite easy to say that Coman will be the guy receiving them long balls, so it doesn't actually need to be doing them. You want to be using your central midfielders, your left back, your right back to making them passes, rather than Coman actually threading anyone through, really. Striker wise, yes, I can understand you probably will want to pass it like that, but for me, I think Coman's good enough with his passing to be okay to not do anything with it. I think with the dribbling aspect of him, it would turn him into a very, very nice dribbler, and especially with the 4-star skills, if you link them together, you can't argue with that one bit. Looking at the overall review then, personally he's better than Road to the Final Neves, yeah, I said that right. And I think he is better than a lot of players when it comes to left mid abilities. Inform Hazard, the Forgan. Then you've got Perisic, most definitely better than. And to be honest, left mids in the Bundesliga, he's probably one of the best. And that's even on his gold card. So having this card already is very nice to have. He's probably the best Bundesliga left mid you're going to get. Obviously, French is fantastic for the links. That just perfectly is. You've got obviously only Neymar who could overdo him, really, to then link with Mbappe. You've also got Sissoko, Pogba, Kante. The names of the French nationality this year is unreal. There's so many good names that you could link him with. Griezmann being another one, obviously just his normal because his inform is left wing. But personally, I do think there is a few players that is more worth it, are more worth it. Hazard being one of them, as you can see. Neymar, if you've got the coins, is the best left mid so far. You've got obviously Inform Griezmann, I think is better. He's a phenomenal left mid, but I would much rather play Griezmann as the striker or cam rather than the left mid. So to be honest, Coman is quicker than him going down the wing. I think in front of goal, definitely Griezmann's better. You've got Mbappe's Inform card. Again, another crazy expensive card, but again, he's better. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for Coman as a quick stop. Maybe you've got 280 coins spare. You want to put him in your club and wait for another time for him. Like I say, 288k. I've given him an 8 out of 10 for value for coins because I think this card will not will not go up at least twice. That is just the given of it. I can see Bayern doing really well. I can see them going at least 2 to 3 rounds within the cup, and that gives you an 88 to an 89 rated Coman. For me, that is well worth the 280 because the stats he's going to get is going to be very nice. If they don't upgrade the pace, I'm quite happy with that. They'll put it more on the shooting, more on the passing, more on the dribbling. That for me is absolutely fine. And then obviously I'm giving him a 6 out of 10 for foot champs for right now, and I'm giving him a 7 out of 10 for the overall ability right now as well. If he does go up a few times, which I'm anticipating he does, I will come back to him and give him another review later on down the line, hopefully as quick as possible whenever they do go up. And obviously with that, the price increase will be massive as well. So I'm going to try and pick up quite a few of these already to kind of keep in the club as a little bit of a kind of investment into them, and then we get the reviews out of them later. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, and also if you'd like me to do anything else, let me know down below. I wanted to do some sort of let's play, but I'm not too sure because it'll be a different game. Let me know down below what you think. It's going to be the question of the day. Like I say, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.